What's up, y'all? I'm Mike, the Money Motivator. Today in this video, I'm gonna go over the job interview process. By the end of this video, you'll get every job that you apply for applying what I teach you in this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you like and subscribe. I talk everything finance here on this channel at least once a week. So in this video, I'm gonna go over what to do before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. The things you need to do before your job interview. If you don't have a button-up shirt or a suit and tie, you need to purchase one. A job interview is a first impression, so you need to dress to the occasion. Get yourself a suit and tie or a button-up shirt and tie if you don't have one already. Whether it's a newly purchased suit and tie or button-up shirt or something you already have, it'll be a good idea to send it to the dry cleaners. Make sure it's pressed, the pants has creases, and your appearance is perfect, you're good to go. Make sure you get your hair cut or your hair braided or your hair permed. Make sure your appearance is ready for the job interview. Another thing you want to do before your job interview, you want to check the location of your job interview. The last thing you want to do for a job interview is be late to the job interview. Go on Google Maps or whatever the case is, check out the distance from your house to the location, but also check it during the time of day that your interview is, and make sure that you're leaving with room for error. Traffic is something that Google also can't 100% accurately estimate. Make sure that you check ahead of time and leave with extra time. I'd rather you just sit in the car at the location 20 minutes before your job interview just to make sure that you're not late to the job interview. You want to make sure your nails cut, you want to make sure you brush your teeth, but you do want to make sure that your appearance is perfect. Our day and age, tattoos isn't such a bad thing, but based on your profession or who you're interviewing with, tattoos may not be a good thing. So you do want to make sure you're wearing long sleeves and you're all covered up if you do have tattoos during your job interview. Before a job interview, I also like to treat it kind of like a test. I'll go online and check out what are the best brain foods to eat, like a boiled egg or something like that. But that's just me going above and beyond. That's not 100% necessary. I would eat something just so that your stomach is not rumbling and not causing a distraction during the job interview. But another thing you want to do before the job interview, when you get that phone call that you're having the job interview, you want to ask the name of the person that the job interview is with. Once you get the name of the person that the job interview is with, you then can go online and Google search or Facebook search that person. Take a look at the person that you're going to be communicating with. Because even though it's a professional environment, you are having a job interview with a human being, and human beings love connection. So you're investigating that person to find out where can you make a connection with that person. If you and that person are from the same nationality or from the same state or born in the same hospital or have a family member with the same symptom or a favorite color, knowing that before the job interview is a good idea because that's something that you can mention during the job interview. Now, it is something that you have to smooth in there. I don't recommend when they ask you, why did you apply for this job, for you to just say, well, because you're a Hurricanes fan, so am I. I don't recommend in that sense, but I do recommend that you blend it in there a little bit to add some connection between you and the person that's interviewing you. Outside of researching the person that's interviewing you, I recommend that you also research the company. Research the company, look at their values, take a look at their website. Whatever the case is, research the company so that way in the interview you can mention a couple things as far as interest and why you're interested in the job. All right, so you fresh to death, you've done your research, and you're on time to the interview. Make sure that you have a resume on hand. I'm not gonna go over in detail on how your resume should look, but I'll just give you a basic idea of the resume. Your resume should be short but perfect, straight and to the point. One thing you could do is go on Canva. Canva already has an outline of resume layouts. And then in there, you just type in at the top, you type in your information, you type in your experience history. Make sure that you're putting your experience in relation to the company. If you're applying to be a lawyer, it's not really necessary for you to put your cashier job when you were 18 in your resume. Now, if that cashier job was the longest job that you've had, then that would be a good idea to put the cashier job in the resume because of longevity. You want to make sure that your resume makes you look good, but it's sweet and to the point and career or position specific. Some people even bring gifts to their interview, like apples or something like that, as a gift to the person that's interviewing them. So during the interview, remember, it's first impression. Common questions in an interview are: what makes you want to work for this company? Circumstantial questions like what would you do in a stressful situation, or how would you handle it? What's your desirable pay? So when you're asked these questions, remember that you want to put your best face forward. It's best to tell the truth during the job interview, but it is okay to stretch it a little bit just to make yourself look a little better. If they ask you why were you interested in the job, you don't want to say, oh, just because it was the highest paying job listed. You want to show interest in the company itself. So that's where the research in the company comes in. You use that information that you collected about the company to mention to them why you wanted to work for that company specifically. When they ask you about things in regarding a stressful situation, let them know that you're human just like everyone else, but you're very good at maintaining your composure and adjusting to situations accordingly. Employers want to make sure that they're hiring someone that's qualified, also someone that is tolerable. You don't want a qualified person that's late all the time or throws tantrums in the office or continuously stealing people's lunch out of the fridge, or even stealing from the company. In regards to desirable pay, I would recommend asking for the higher end of what they're offering. You asking for a lot of money is not going to disqualify you from the job. It leaves room for negotiation. But whenever they're asking you questions, make sure that you're answering them as if you're trying to make a great impression. Another way to build a connection with the person interviewing you outside of searching their social media is looking around the office as soon as you get in there. A lot of times people personalize their office. They have pictures of their pets, pictures of their significant others, their kids, their house, whatever. By looking around the office, you can identify what that person really loves and really is interested in. And that's the way you build a connection. Towards the end of the interview, when they say that they're done and they ask if you have anything for them, even if everything is covered during the job interview, I recommend that you come up with a couple questions before the job interview to ask them just to show additional interest in the job. One common question I ask every time is, what are your expectations of me from this role, and what would I have to do to move up in the company? Times they already mention what the expectations are. By asking the question, you're making it clear that you're interested in satisfying your duties on the job. And by asking about the possibilities of moving up in the company, that's letting them know that you're interested in doing more than just what the job requires, that you're interested in doing better, and you plan on staying with the company for a longer period of time. If the company has to pay for training or anything like that, they don't want to have to continuously pay people for training. So you showing interest in the company in the long term can also make the interviewer very interested in hiring you. One way to show interest in the company in the long term is asking about their 401k and retirement plans, and also asking what are the possibilities of you moving up in the company. That's letting the interviewer know that you're interested in staying with the company and not just using this job to get you to the next one. Once your interview is over, you want to give them a couple days to call you or email you. If 3 days go by without you receiving a phone call, you do want to send an email and give them a phone call to follow up. A lot of times it may not be that they're not interested. It may just be that they're busy, or they want to see how interested you really are. So make sure you follow up through email and phone call. Sometimes if you call, you may not get through to them. So if you send them the email, they may even get that before the phone call. That's it, y'all. I'm Mike, the Money Motivator. Follow this video step by step and it will get you your next job. Don't forget to like and subscribe to rock with your boy every week on financial tips and information.